You're a hell of a card player, fella. I know, because I'm a hell of a card player.
All right, welcome back to a Nerdthusiast Poker Podcast. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors first. Let's jump into that.
So our primary sponsor, Gray Harbor Digital, thank you for promoting the podcast. Gray Harbor Digital is a performance digital advertising agency that works with top brands like Capital One Shopping, Honey, and Lotto.com. What's unique about Gray Harbor Digital is they provide all their partners transparency by giving the name of the partner and the ability to see the funnel. So check them out. Other sponsors that we have, in addition to Gray Harbor Digital.
We got a big one, this one. This one's pretty cool.
Yes,
This is for you at home.
So actually, in conjunction with our second sponsor, which is a partner of Gray Harbor Digital, we actually have a giveaway that's going to be going on for the next month.
In October when they're listening. Yeah.
When you're listening. So it's going to be a $100 Amazon gift card that we're going to be giving away. So how to enter? You got to follow both Nerdthusiast and our other sponsor, Let's Go Adulting. So that's Let's Go Adulting. Share this post to your story. So there will be a post that comes with it. And like the post that comes out. So once we share this, once we share our episode for this month, all the information will be there for you. So again, follow both Nerdthusiast and Let's Go Adulting.
On Instagram. On
Insta.
Yes.
Share this post to your story and then like the post. So real easy. One of our followers is going to get a Amazon gift card from our sponsor, Let's Go Adulting. And without further ado, let's talk about Let's Go Adulting.
What do we got? We're adults.
Are you tired of adulting alone?
Yes.
Check out Let's Go Adulting on Instagram for anything and everything related to nightlife, traveling, and lifestyle hacks. Let's Go Adulting has your back so you're not navigating adulthood alone. Remember, adulting is easier when we do it together. Check them out today and level up your adulting game. So, Let's Go Adulting. Thank you for promoting this.
I will say that, like, I wish this was around when I was in my 20s, right? Like, this is something that I would have been, like, all over. Like, all right, where's the nightlife? Where are the things going on?
I'm not going to lie. I failed at adulting fairly early in my 20s and probably all into my 30s. I'm just now starting to get my life together, but yeah. So, anyway, let's get to the poker. Let's get to the poker.
All right. So, first thing, just got back from Maryland. Had a good experience, so I figured I'd start talking about that. My trip of the month, or whatever you want to call it. I did a Maryland casino tour. Basically, I hit 4 casinos in like 3 days, and then I went back and did another one, which I'll talk about, the Run Good series. Had a fun trip, and I know you're still tied up, but in a couple of years, hopefully you'll have some free time to start tagging along for a lot more.
Brutal. Right now, I'm out of the baby stage.
Yeah.
Now I'm into the
soccer coach.
Oh my God, dude. T-ball, soccer, swim. All they do is fight, wrestle. It's mayhem all day, every day. But a couple years, I think, I'll be there with you. I'll be traveling a little bit more.
I think I know there's a little difference between our kids' ages and stuff, but like one thing I kind of look forward to, and I see some of the older guys we play poker with, and I kind of I'm like, that would be cool one day. Like, and it doesn't mean our kids are going to be into poker, but it would be cool to see, like, our kids come on a trip with us and play poker.
Yes.
And I know, like, my son would probably bink the first tournament he plays for a bracelet. I'll just be jealous, and I'll be like, what?
Speaking of which, it's actually pretty funny. So, speaking about our kids, getting off topic with your trip.
No, it's okay.
Like, my youngest, he's 4. And there'll be times I'll be at work. And, I'll come home from work, and I'm always like, how was your day, guys? What'd you do? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what about you, Dad? Did you play poker at work? And I'm like, no, I didn't.
I wish.
But I wish that was my job. He's like, oh, how come? You should play poker at work. And I'm like,
totally needling you.
Do you not understand that poker is, my hobby, not my job?
Yeah.
But it's just funny because he doesn't grasp the concept of, what work really is.
Yes. Unfortunately, one day they will.
No, I know. So, all right, let's get to it.
Yeah. So I went down to Maryland. So first, I went all the way south and worked my way up. So I went to MGM National first day. They had the Potomac Open going on. So one of the reasons that sparked my interest into this trip was there was 3 series going on within a week and a half of each other. So there was a Potomac Open, which is having MGM National. There was the Maryland State Championships happening at Maryland Live. And then there was the Run Good series happening in Baltimore. So it was an epic month to be down there. I mean, it was so I was like, I hope they do this again in August next year. So went down to MGM National, played at Atomic Open, went with Chuck. Go ahead.
So the MGM National, is that on the water?
Yes.
With the big Ferris wheel?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So there's a hotel that's like right there. It's like super fancy.
Gaylord?
Yeah, the Gaylord.
Yes, it's huge.
I stayed there for a conference once.
Okay.
And it was like,
dude,
it was phenomenal. Like the hotel itself was like amazing.
Yeah.
And it was like literally like a 5-minute drive to the casino.
Yes.
So needless to say, I was at the conference for like
2 minutes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, wait.
I was at the conference for the entire time.
Loved it.
I only left when the conference was over and went to go play poker.
We actually we had what do we have, like a Hilton Inn or something. The one thing though is like with MGM National, this happened to me a couple times. I've been there a few times now. I get comps to like Bellagio, Borgata, like top end places. MGM National, it's like I got to be like a millionaire, like dropping cash every night to get a room there. So needless to say, I end up staying at like the hotels, but it was like $70. It was like cheap. So I got a good rate from like a Hilton, and it was right across from the Gaylord there.
Yeah,
and it's like pristine. Like that area is like real nice. It's got like a cool downtown. They got the waterfront there, so that was cool.
Yeah, they got like a promenade type thing.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
it's cool.
Bars
yep, all kinds of stuff
like
to do.
secluded. A lot of security there.
Yep,
so that's a pretty cool place if you're looking to bring some people to hang out and have some fun. Went over MGM National, played Potomac Open. I didn't do shit. It was just like a nightly one-night event. Chuck ran DP final table for a little bit of cash.
Wait, Chuck from League or Chuck Powell?
No, Chuck from League. Chuck,
oh, really?
Big Chuck. Yeah.
I actually saw him not too long ago at Ots.
Yeah.
Locally.
So, yeah, he came down. He could only come down for a day or two, so he was hanging out.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, so he made it deep the first night. The second day, we went to... Where did we go second day? Maryland Live. Yeah.
Okay,
so we went to Maryland Live. And so that's where this guy came in right here. So ended up playing the Quad Stack Championship. I think it was event 18. And
little trophy action.
Scooped that guy up. So I had one big hand that basically
solidified it for you.
Yeah. So I made a full house against the guy straight. Got it all in on the turn. The guy was drawing dead. And like he was a good player. I've seen him around before. And he just got in a bad spot. And I had a huge stack at that point, so now I was like pretty dominant. We then ran, it was a one-day event, ran down to the final table, nothing too crazy, but we got down to like 4 or 5 guys. The blind started getting super high. There was a lot of talk about chop. So I think there was like 6, and we're like, we'll keep playing. And then one guy left, and then it was out, and then we're down to 5. So I was second in chips at this point. One guy had me slightly covered. And so there was talk about chop, and I was like, okay, I was thinking about it, and this wasn't for like $100,000. It was like $4 or $5 grand. You know, we were chopping a piece. It wasn't anything too crazy. And so the one guy was saying, you know, he's like, I don't know. And then I was like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I want the trophy.
Yeah,
you
just want the hardware.
I want the hardware in first place and a good payday. I was like, so we made a deal. The one guy got slightly little more cash than I did, but I claimed, so they do like a thing every year, like kind of like WSOP where they show like the champion, like
yeah.
You get to be the champion of the event for next year and they put you on the flyer. So I was like, I got to be on the flyer for next year. So I took a little bit less cash, but I got first place and
sold your soul.
Sold my soul. Don't do it.
It's funny because we did Twitter Space. What is that? What's it called? Space?
Yeah, it's Twitter Space.
So, and we were talking about this when our one friend ran super deep, won a final table, and then winning in a chop, a live event, right? A Philly Live.
Yeah, Philly Live.
So we were talking about like the crux of it, right? I mean, a lot of the pros, they're playing for the hardware now, because they got tons of money.
Yeah.
But most of us amateur players or like yourself, you're playing for that old hard cash.
It wasn't a big difference though, so the deal was like pretty solid.
Yeah, but if you can get a trophy and still make what you normally would have made
for second place anyway,
yeah, exactly,
so like more than second. Cool. So I was like, all right, I'll take it. We'll lock it up. So locked up the trophy. So now I think next year I'm gonna have to return to defending my title there. So that was cool. Now I have money in my pocket. And then little side note, and I put this in the video. If you guys want to see the video, I made a little video of the whole trip. It's on the Slot Squad YouTube page. Shout out to them. Go check that out. You can see the whole video, which was cool. Being a nerd, so this is Nerdthusiast, so I will throw this out there, and you would appreciate this too. I went to the coolest movie theater I've ever been to in my entire life.
Down there?
Yes. So have you been to Maryland Live before? It's attached to like a mall, basically. It's in a mall parking lot. But it's like a big like outlet like
I feel like
mall.
I went down there one. I've been to all 3. I've been to Baltimore. Okay. I've been to MGM National.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I went to Maryland Live, but it was before I went to any of those two. It was like the first one I went to, but like probably a while ago.
So they have like a medieval times there. They have like a bunch of stuff there. It's a huge spot.
It sounds familiar.
But the movie theater, so, I was like late in the night. It was like midnight. I was like, what am I going to do? And they had a movie theater still playing movies at like midnight. So I was like, all right, I'll just go to movies and hang out for a little bit. Chuck was like passed out. And so went there. The whole movie theater is built like an Egyptian temple. It is the coolest thing I've ever seen in a movie theater. And I'm not talking like just like stuff on the wall. Like I'm talking about like carvings.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yes. Like,
nice.
Like King Tut, like sculptures, pillars, like the whole nine. This place, you go to the bathroom, was Egyptian theme. It was really cool. So for like the nerd enthusiast people out there, if you're ever down in Maryland and you want to see something cool like that, that's a pretty cool little tourist trap spot to go. And it was a huge movie theater too. It was like 24 theaters or whatever. So that was cool.
Now, were you hotel jumping, or were you staying at one spot?
No,
you were just going night to night.
Yeah, I was pretty much jumping.
That's cool.
Maryland Live. I did get a comp room in Maryland Live, so that worked. And then so from there, I had money in my pocket and was like, okay, let's go. So went to Baltimore. The next day I was only playing cash there because I knew I was coming back the next week for the Run Good series. So I went there in the morning, played a little cash, took a little video and stuff like that. Ended up down a little bit there, like $400 off like 200 slots, 200 poker. And then that night we went to Perryville, which was the first time I've been there, which is Hollywood. It's a Hollywood casino.
Yeah.
So this one was like little satellite casinos, like trying to think of what we may have been together, but just it's like small.
Yeah.
Like real small. The poker room's only like 9 tables, but they have a daily tournament every day there that gets like 30 people in it every single night. So that's what we got in. So it's only an hour and 15 minutes from here, from like where we're at. Right here.
So it's like an AC trip.
Yeah,
but in the opposite direction.
You're just going straight down south.
Yeah,
you get there in an hour and 15 minutes, and I'll tell you what, like it's a nice little change of pace. Like if you ever just like, I mean, you're down closer to AC, so it's a little different, but just to get a little change of pace. They don't do major tournaments, obviously. They only do dailies. But I'll tell you what, where I'm thinking about just getting back into it, and I've actually had a conversation with someone recently. They have a sick-ass PLO game there every Tuesday night, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Because the night we were there was a Tuesday night, and I'm like, I'm looking at this little 9 poker room table area, and I'm thinking, like, there's going to be, like, 1, 2. Dude, I walked by this one table, I'm like, what is going on over here? Dude, it was like everyone had like $3-4 grand on the table.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a thick PLO game for like a Tuesday night. And apparently that's like the spot to go. So so that was cool. And so it was me, so Joe and Jeff from League, Barton, they met me down there. And
Jeff went and played down there?
Yeah, Jeff and Joe road tripped and met me down there.
How'd Jeff do?
So we all made down to final 10, 9. I think we all made down to final 9. Jeff went out like 9th. I was the bubble boy, but I got cash because we all put up like $20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Samaro cash in like 3rd place.
Oh, nice.
So like we had a cash every day on this trip, so it actually worked out pretty good. But yeah, if you guys want to see more, it's on the Slot Squad YouTube page. The whole trip. Hopefully we got some planned trips for this fall, for the spring. So Brian will be along for those.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get on the Florida bandwagon. But I mean, look, man, your engagement it's gonna throw a little wrench in the monkey works because, look, man, me going on all these little solo dad trips,
divorce trip.
Listen, it comes with its own issues, and you know how it is.
I know. So then I went back a couple days later for the Run Good series, which was starting at Baltimore Horseshoe. Good, bad, and ugly, I will say about this, right? So the good was this is my first playing a Run Good event. I was down there for the ambassador event. It was pretty cool. Like Greg Raymer was there, a couple like known. Like,
I was following it on Twitter. Yeah.
And so they have like bust out prizes, like basically mystery bounties. If you knock out the celebrity guest, basically you would get prizes. What's that girl's name? Anna, Bonafide Anna.
Yeah.
She was on Survivor or whatever. She was there.
Yep.
A couple other people like that, like local people. And so you knock them out or whatever. I got in this huge hand, dude. I'm like, this is one of those hands gonna stick with me for a minute. So one of the bounties, every table had a bounty on their table. So it was spread out in the beginning. If it, tables combined, then it was different. But in the beginning, everyone had a table. So I have like a decent stack, bounty short stack. So I know he's going in. I look down, I got the aces. I'm like, here we go.
Oh my God.
So he goes all in for like a short stack. Then a re-raise all in over top, and I'm like,
Oh my God.
And so, the big prize was there was a bounty $1,000 payout in the stack, and it hadn't been claimed yet. So, so now I'm like, it's already, I'm already cashed. I'm already spending the $1,000 in my head, right? Like, so now it's coming back to me. I'm like, I'm all in, obviously, right? 3-way all in. Now here's the other kicker to this story, right? My friend Brian, who is AKA the Golden Blazer, he's an online streamer. He's from Vegas. Him and his girlfriend travel the series because our fiance, I should say, her name is Rachel. She's a photographer on like the World Series of Poker, and she was the photographer that took the picture of me with the $100,000 bounty.
Oh, nice.
So she's there, and like I was like, she came over.
This is it. She's your good luck charm.
Yeah.
She's like, is this guy gonna do it again?
And then the dude sucks out a 4-card flush on me.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, and I joked with her. I was like, "You're my official bounty."
Wait, the second dude who goes all in.
He did not get the $1,000 though. But it was a $250 prize. I think he won.
Nah.
So, but I joked with her. I was like, if I won, it would have somehow
would have been $1,000.
It would have been $1,000
100%.
magically. So, but I'll tell you what, the Run Good Series was a lot of fun. So they put a lot of effort into the tournament. They make it a lot of fun. They do things like that. I was a little sad to see the turnout wasn't great overall. I was following it. There was an overlay in the main event.
Well, I mean, that was some controversy.
So Mario, he apologized for that on Twitter.
I saw all that.
So here's where I'm worried. I'm worried they don't come back. And that, I mean, I was like, damn, this is a good series. Like, I'm telling you, like, it was a pretty decent field, like, soft-wise. There was a couple of grinders in there, of course. But I was like, man, it's a good series. It's local to us. And there wasn't a great turnout. And I'm like, man, you guys got to come out and support these events. And, like, I'm at the point, too, is, like, when I see an overlay, it's like, great, overlay. But then you think in the back of the head, like, they're never going to run this event.
Especially not for the main. And it sucks because, and I know people are always blasting them on Twitter. It's almost like it's intentional, but I don't know why they would do it this way. But, like, there's always competing like events taking place in like the vicinity of these things happening. Like I think at the same time, like there was something happening.
Philly Live, Poker Stars was happening.
You know what I mean? Like the Poker Stars event. Like and the same thing. Like next week, obviously we have. Well, we're filming now for September for October, so we already talked about it. Within the next week, 10 days, the Borgata series will start. Small series, but still some events that people have been looking forward to.
So by the time you hear this, I've won the event already, and I'll be talking about it on the next month's episode.
But then they run a competing event at Rivers or at Live, and it's like people got to pick and choose where they want to go.
Dude, do you remember? I don't know. Were you at the Atlanta PICAP conference with us when we stole Michael Vick's?
Oh yeah. We're right on the golf courts.
Yeah. So people listen.
Dude, that was an incredible trip.
Yes. Well, that'll be another story another day. But yes, I think we stole Michael Vick's.
What was that? What college were they at? It wasn't Atlanta, was it?
No. It was like South Carolina, like Greenville or something like that.
Yeah, what was it called? I can't remember.
I think it was called Greenville or something.
It was Greenville, South Carolina, but I can't remember the name of the college that they were at for training camp.
Yeah, I don't. No, I'll have to look it up.
Okay, go ahead.
So I remember that conference. There was a. I went to one of the classes or whatever. And it was like on marketing, which is like obviously right up my alley. And he talked about like businesses that compete but work together on certain things. Instead of just going out and trying to crush your competition. Sometimes when you work together, you're actually both building up. And he was trying to explain it as like there's other fraternities on your campus. He's like your goal shouldn't really be to eliminate them, but like kind of scheduled together certain things. Yeah. This was kind of the idea. Like if all these guys got on a conference call, say, hey, I'll take the first weekend, you take the second weekend, I'll take the third weekend. Now you got people like spreading out, so everyone gets a piece of their pie, and it's building up the poker community as well.
I mean, to me, it makes the most sense. But you know what?
It's hard to get the corporate people to
do it with everything. Like, even online series. Like, right now, you got a circuit event series.
BetMGM Championship.
Bracelet.
Scoop
BetMGM. US Scoop. And it's like, which am I going to play? Like, last night, obviously, it was like $100, $100K, and $100, $130K. And I'm like, oh, this is right up my alley. Yeah, I busted within the first 3 hours of each tournament. But, like...
Yeah.
Like I'm obviously gonna do it.
Yeah.
And online it's so much easier, but it's also a little bit more difficult when you're playing on like a device.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can't go on this and that on your phone or a tablet. It's the whole thing.
Side note. Hold on, wait. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I didn't forget about you. I scooped up a shirt.
Oh, nice. Little Run Good shirt?
Yeah, so they gave away Run Good shirts, so I scooped up a couple extra, of course.
Oh,
so it's their road trip event shirt.
Actually, you know what? I don't know if you were you still in Vegas when, and we're getting a little way off track right now,
It's all right.
But we're talking about gear. Were Were you still in Vegas when Jonathan Little had his giveaway? Did you get anything?
Yeah, Mike got you a hat.
Yeah, he's bringing it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.